Hey everyone, welcome to another session as part of Vedcraft series. In today's session, I'm going to cover my experience as part of AWS reInvent 2021. I've been there myself, so I want to share my journey and my learnings with you guys. So before we get started, note down my Twitter handle and Vedcraft's Twitter handle. Follow us and hope to engage soon on Twitter. AWS reInvent has been happening for 10 years. This was the 10th anniversary, and it's one of the biggest cloud event across all the cloud service provider, being AWS as the primary cloud service provider. So the first key takeaway for me was the history of cloud evolution with AWS. And most of the key takeaways which I saw in the keynotes, where it all started with how AWS has evolved in last 15 years since their launch in 2006. And they have 25 plus regions, they have 80 plus availability zone, 200 plus cloud services. It's the biggest service offering by any cloud service provider. Werner's keynote, while it focused on the evolution of how the distributed computing has evolved, what are the technology and the mindset goes beyond setting up this massive cloud infrastructure. And it was great to hear those thoughts out. You can also listen to all these keynotes that's available on AWS website. But it's almost serving 240 plus countries, customers in 240 plus countries, which is huge. And that's what AWS key strength is, that they are not only the biggest cloud service provider, they are a leader in terms of sharing new services and new regions and making the cloud available in all these different countries. So S3, like we talked about, started in 2006, and still they haven't stopped reinventing how the evolution of S3 has gone by. And as you can see, since 2006, it's continuously going through many different versions, right? So in many different features getting launched. And recently they released that S3 has now Glacier instant retrieval feature. So it's amazing that how this object storage and object storage service has evolved over the year, and the innovation doesn't stop. So most of them, most of the keynotes, similar trend where they shared the history so that you have the context of how it has evolved over the year. The second key takeaway for me about compute, and as we progress, as we see the future, compute is the biggest demanding, you can say, a resource by most of the industry. So compute is, the demand is increasing by considering the AI and machine learning coming into the picture. And AWS is not, kind of holding themselves back, right? So they have made sure you see the history of what they have done in compute so far. And as you can see, there are more than 100 plus compute choices you can choose for different purposes, like whether you want optimization in compute, storage, memory, and all. So great to see all these different offerings, especially when it comes to new technologies. And Graviton has been the key talk during the keynote. Graviton, since 2000, I think a couple of years back, they launched Graviton 2. Graviton 3 is recently launched, which is almost 30% faster than Graviton 3. So, and then there are special chips like Trinium for machine learning. So they are constantly, kind of putting in these new choices for you to have. Now they have also came up with one big announcement, that EC2 M1 Mac instances, so that you can also troubleshoot Mac or build Mac applications on your local system or on the cloud using the M1 Mac instances. So other key compute announcements, apart from Graviton, since they acquired it from Annapurna 6 years back, the container orchestration. As you know, Kubernetes is almost a de facto standard in the industry. There are always competing offering by different providers, and AWS is thinking about extending itself to not limit the container market to itself. So they have launched AWS Marketplace. AWS Marketplace allows you to use Kubernetes in any cloud provider on-prem and all. Similarly, in mobile and app development, Mac instances we have talked about, and this is I think one of the key feature in most of the mobile space from their side. Serverless, there are many offerings coming up. SageMaker, Canvas got launched, Amazon MSK and EMR got launched. They are making everything serverless. So my feeling is in next few years, you will see that serverless is going to take over many different offerings, and most of these offerings will have a serverless flavor. So managed services, even AWS contribution to open source has been, kind of increasing, and you can see that AWS is now listening to their customers. They have launched Prometheus and Grafana as a managed service, and now they have similar roadmap so that you can see more and more managed services in future. So some of the key announcements with regards to compute. The third key takeaway for me was storage and data. And as you know, storage and data is the backbone today. Everybody is talking about data. So that was, again, one of the key focus area in the reInvent. And I learned a lot personally about the storage and data space. The key announcement I just want to cover is that data, pretty much for most of the cloud providers, they are saying data is everything. Without the right set of data, you can't help the corporate customers, or you can't help the enterprise or any solution which you're building. So data is everything. So that's why Amazon's focus is also on data analytics. So one of the key announcements in data space is, I felt the theme is that data is everything. The importance of data got highlighted in most of their service offerings, and they know that data is one of the most important aspect in today's world. And it's also not only AWS, every cloud provider is thinking about it. And that's why you see innovation by Snowflake and Databricks and all. So data has also been a key focus area. Data analytics is one of the key focus area for AWS, and can see that now they have launched AWS Data Exchange for Redshift, and they are continuously doing a lot in Redshift, right? Redshift data security with row and cell level data security is again one of the key features which they announced during the conference. And they've also launched multiple serverless data analytics service. That Redshift serverless got launched, EMR serverless got launched, and then MSK serverless. So serverless and data, now they are tying it together. The other important aspect is about the RDS, and there is a constant, innovation happening in RDS, and Amazon DevOps Guru for RDS helps to troubleshoot your RDS issues quickly. And it's similar to what they have launched Code Guru service, which allows you to do code reviews. Similar to that, you can get insights using DevOps Guru for RDS. Similar to serverless, again, serverless we have talked about, but RDS custom is a great announcement as well, because now you can also customize RDS offering. And for some use cases, whether it's legal compliance or some other special performance optimization, you need that kind of a flavor. So if you require OS and DB customization, you can go for RDS custom, which is a great offering. And as you can see, it has been like all the data related stuff, whether it's OpenSearch, whether it's Redshift and Athena, these has been the key theme in the conference and has been the key focus area. The fourth key takeaway is networking, and in Werner's history, the way he shared, how the global infrastructure and how they are thinking about designing it for distributed systems, that was an eye-opener. And networking is the backbone for them, and there has been continuous innovation happening in networking. So they recently also announced some of the key changes like Cloud WAN, so that you can create your own software-defined wide area network. You can have private local zone, where it's very important for financial services that you can create your own local zone and make it more secure. The third biggest announcement was the private 5G. Now, private 5G is a great offering for telecom providers where you can launch your own mobile service very quickly. So that pretty much helps you to do it in days rather than in months. And also these are some of the key areas in networking, apart from their usual networking optimizations, what they have been doing so far. So the fifth key takeaway for me was machine learning and AI. And machine learning and AI, everybody is talking about, but it seems now the time has come that it will be table stakes for everybody. You need to know machine learning and AI, even though you're not a data scientist. And that has been the theme which I have seen in the conference, because SageMaker Canvas can make it happen for you, because SageMaker Canvas is not only designed for data scientists. It's making machine learning easy for anybody, even the application architect, even the business people can use it to create machine learning based services. So it's a no code ML model building solution. It gives you a lab. I need to experience myself. So it's a great feature. Whoever has experienced it, it's really fascinated about it. So that was the key announcement in terms of machine learning. Apart from that, you have seen that how each service, whether DevOps Guru and other compute and storage, are all getting optimized using machine learning. So although SageMaker is their offering for data science and machine learning, they are using it behind the scene anyway to optimize all these services. Sixth key takeaway for me was the partnership and collaboration, and AWS has been heavily investing in it. And I can feel the vibe over there, where they have, whether it's any keynote, you can see most of their partners, customers, and vendors. They presented different case studies. It was fascinating to hear them. And I can't call them all out, but some of them are. You can see that in each area, whether it's storage, security, application integration, business application, they have built partnership, and that they are extending that partnership to many vendors. They have around 500 plus vendors where they're making that partner ecosystem. And most of these vendors have been recognized in the event itself. And that partnership is growing, and I can see that why, because now they have realized, and everybody is thinking the cloud is nothing but a ecosystem of partnership. So they are also acknowledging it and ensuring that the services, or whether it's integration, or whether it's anything which they need to do, they can do it in coordination and collaboration with these partners. And I was amazed by the expo. There have been many, almost like 100 plus stores where there are different vendors, and it was a great experience interacting with many different companies and their stakeholders and their representatives. And I learned a lot personally, understanding these service offering built on top of AWS, or cloud agnostic, or something where you can find it in the AWS marketplace. And most of these startups, and they were now started using AWS services, because that's a key cloud service provider which can enable you to launch yourself in market with the same scalability and same availability, same resiliency which you see in big companies. So a lot of use cases. Expo was a great learning for me. And last important key takeaway, but not the least one, is the future is unknown, but we are prepared, because I can see how they have shared the new pillar, and the first cloud. I think they are the first cloud provider who has launched sustainability as a key pillar. Reason being is they understand the importance of how not only running these workloads in cloud, but ensuring the customers get the right kind of focus in when it comes to sustainability, as well as the environment sustainability, right? At how you create something which is having less carbon footprint. And also to ensure that focus is there, they have launched sustainability. I need to read myself a lot about what they're covering in sustainability. So feel free to go ahead and read about that. Apart from that, from future perspective, I can see that IoT has been the key focus area. They have been launching AWS IoT has been there for long, but now Greengrass, there's collaboration with different vendors, monitoring different services are being launched because they understand that importance of IoT, because every device will eventually be connected to cloud, and how they can enable and make their presence felt in the IoT space is one of the important offering they're giving. AWS Ground Station, it's a great start, and I don't know about other cloud providers, but that was an eye-opening experience for me, where I can see that how LEO satellites can be controlled and connected with your cloud services. So they have launched it, and they were sharing the use cases, how even you can connect a S3 or any service which AWS service, you can connect it through the satellite, and how you can leverage the ground station as a service to manage and ingest data from there. So it was a great learning for me. So that's it, and that has been my learning so far in AWS reInvent. Looking forward to join next year, and happy to engage in any conversation you have. Thank you so much for watching.